The greatness of Buddha has finally been provided in the anime. Round 6 is completed and the reveal of the next round, Hades vs Huang. So was Record of Ragnarok Season 2 Part 2 good? Let me know down below, but let's go over everything. First up, the most controversial change, or something that wasn't included in the season which should have been based on the manga, is the arrival of the 4 sages, or 3 other sages, which includes Jesus and that whole kinda mini plot point in Record of Ragnarok. Throughout round 6 we had these sages talking about and reacting to the fight multiple times. Jesus in Record of Ragnarok didn't say anything regarding the manga, but he had various facial expressions which was cool to see, and just having him revealed was hype for a lot of fans. However, unfortunately that was cut from the anime's adaptation of the manga. I don't know why they cut it, it doesn't really make too much sense. I think the backlash they got for including Shiva was pretty much larger than anything they would have gotten for including Jesus. For example, Record of Ragnarok was outright banned from streaming in India and stuff like that. And it's not like his role in the story was controversial whatsoever. To be honest, he really did nothing, just like a little appearance which was cool to see. So I would say that was pretty disappointing regarding this season. Also, Zerofuku's weapon being CGI at multiple points, it was quite jarring to see. And unfortunately, this season's animation is pretty much the same level as the previous. No upgrades or more effort was pretty much put into this season. Even though it was only 5 episodes and more so the continuation of the previous season, there wasn't really an extreme amount or more dedication / budget put into these 5 episodes. Pretty much the same as the other half of season 2 and pretty much what we got in season 1, which as we know isn't the best for anime animation. Record of Ragnarok has been clowned on enough at this point. I guess we can be happy that it's consistently pretty average, or maybe even below average if I'm being honest, so can't really complain too much, it is what it is. They also changed the name of this character from the manga. All of us readers pretty much came to know him as Hajun, but in most of the translations for the anime, they refer to him as Papiyas, or he pretty much refers to himself as Papiyas. According to this mad lad who commented on the community post I put up, apparently in the Spanish dub they continued to call him Hajun, but the subtitles still refer to him as Papiyas. Don't know why they went for that change, I have no idea. I'm wondering what the official translation of the manga would actually call him as well, as if you don't know, we don't have an official English translation that is fully caught up to this point. I think they're around the Shiva vs Raiden fight for the Viz release. I'm not sure what they are on other official translation sites, so we'll have to wait and see. I'm guessing they're going to go with the Papiyas route now, but if I'm being honest, it doesn't really bother me to an insane degree, but I did enjoy Hajun as his name a little bit more. Now that I've gone over the negatives, of course I enjoyed the season. If you don't know, I'm a huge Record of Ragnarok fan. That's one of the main things I cover on this channel, Mysterious Weeb. So if you enjoy the series, you might as well subscribe. I'm guessing there'll be a lot of stuff that you can enjoy here. Buddha was of course legendary, all of his moments were great to see. Zero was, as expected, pretty much the same as he was in the manga, pretty disappointing. Unlike in the previous season where it allowed me to enjoy someone like Shiva more, Zero pretty much stayed the same as someone I don't really care about whatsoever. Hajun was fairly cool. His voice acting in the English dub and Japanese, which I'll switch between at various points to pretty much make this video, was good in both. I definitely did prefer Hajun in the Japanese, definitely more scary, and his insanity aspect was definitely portrayed quite well. The music with his arrival and at various points throughout the fight was also pretty solid and definitely a highlight for the season for me. Apart from the things they specifically cut, most things were pretty much provided in this fight. There were some changes to like named attacks and pretty much Buddha's abilities, but that's been a common trend since the very start of the Record of Ragnarok anime, with Adam's eye ability known as the Eyes of the Lord in the manga, but known as Divine Reflection in the anime. So I'm expecting more changes for stuff like that, and it's pretty much what we get for not having an official translation for quite some time, so it is what it is. I'll probably stick to the original name of things for future videos. I won't really change. For example, I don't really see myself saying Papiyas over Hajun. I'm pretty much used to saying Hajun at this point. We also got the arrival of Beelzebub in the season. His few little scenes were quite mysterious. His voice actor is okay, I guess. Of course, no problems with that. No problems with really any of the voice actors for the Ragnarok anime. And then of course, Hei's arrival, he was quite cool, looking very badass. I do like his color scheme. And then Wang at the end of the final episode. Take note, we didn't get the reveal of Nostradamus in this season. If you refer to the manga, Nostradamus appears right after Buddha passes out. Then we have Brynhilde preparing for the next round. We get introduced to Nostradamus and then Hei's revealed as the fighter. She picks Wang. That whole scene didn't happen in this season. Of course, it's most definitely going to occur at the start of the next season, which probably will come considering the ending here. The main point is, at the start of this season, we pretty much got the whole recap of Buddha betraying the gods and all that. We're going to get that same thing once again with the reveal of Nostradamus and the full scene of Wang getting chosen and all that. So stay tuned for that in the next season. Regarding manga material that could be used in the next season, right now we're currently up to the start of round 9. So the Hades vs Wang fight has ended. The fight after that also concluded. So we could pretty much expect a 3-round season, maybe 10 episodes once again. Maybe sometime next year considering how long the current round 9 will actually last for. But they could start production right now in the next 2 fights. And by the time they finish with that, they could have the next fight actually done. So if Record of Ragnarok does continue to perform well on Netflix, I'm guessing we're going to get more and more seasons, so stay tuned for that. I'll probably make a video going over everything that will actually occur in that season, so stay tuned for that. Now to quickly go over some comments from these mad lads who posted on the community tab. This guy referred to the fight as more so like a movie, craving for what's going to happen next. That's pretty cool. If you're an anime only, let me know your experience of pretty much viewing this fight for the first time. I'd love to hear your perspective on that. Some people like the pacing more in this fight. I think that was not really a benefit of the anime changes, more so how the Buddha fight actually plays out, as it's more so in sections, with of course part 1 being his fight against Zero and part 2 being his fight against Arjun. It does make it a little bit more easier to digest, with a lot of the cutaways that pretty much occur in the other seasons not really taking place too much here. Of course, they still use the iconic panning down things of the reaction faces at various times, but it wasn't really as overbearing or as common in this season. Hopefully they have learned from their mistakes and kind of fixed the pacing a little bit, but I don't know if that really is the case. It's more so how this fight actually played out, rather than them making changes themselves. They really pretty much fixed that problem by cutting out a thing pretty much everyone wanted to see, the arrival of the other sages, which include Jesus, which is just unfortunate. Once again, mentioning the changing of lines, of course I prefer the original, but the changes aren't really hugely important or really that impactful for the overall message and story. And as a whole, people saying it was a good watch, didn't blow anyone's expectations, which I pretty much agree with. As a Ragnarok fan, I enjoyed it more so as a fan. If you're new to the series, definitely read the manga over the anime. It is pretty much a million times better. I enjoy it as just a fan of the series and get to see them, you know, animated and stuff like that. And of course the voice acting, music, other enhancements that come with an anime. But the manga is definitely still much better, and I'll continue to make videos mostly on the manga outside of these like review video type things. But that's everything for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Check out all the other stuff in the description if you haven't already. And yep, that's it, guys. Peace.